Hey, what's good, everybody? This is EJ,
It's your boy Kenny.
And it's Francis.
and this is the Banter 3FC podcast with three friends that love the game and love talking all things football. Before we get started, we want to remind you guys we are on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. So please don't forget to like, subscribe, share all of our content, and follow us as well. You'll find us at Banter 3FC. Let's get into it. Okay, boys, we are back. Match week 25. We got 13 games left in the season. How we feeling?
Hopeless. That's how I'm feeling. There's nothing to be excited about.
You're starting to feel that way too, Francis?
Just fed up with a lot of rubbish that I'm seeing.
Not enjoying anymore?
Please, the bass in your voice, return it.
Yeah, bring it back. You're supposed to enjoy.
Open your ears. You guys can hear me the same way. Thank you.
No, I can't.
No, because I feel like as Chelsea's going, it seems to be the direction that you're headed to, because these past couple of weeks, after the Chelsea game, I always look forward to hearing from my, the Chelsea correspondent, and seems to have lost reception or gone missing. Who knows? I don't know.
Life is funny sometimes, isn't it?
Ain't it? But it's all good. So, as always, we're going to go through the show and start off with a review of this past weekend's games. Then we'll give a little preview of what's to come next week in the Prem. So, let's get it started. Think up first is Arsenal, right?
Nah. Chelsea first on Friday.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You guys played Friday. Friday. Go ahead.
Absolute waste of my time. An absolute waste of my time. I could have used my 2 hours for something better. I'm going to keep it brief. We just played Brighton, lost to them in the FA Cup literally last week. So you would think that we would come back with a type of energy to kind of fix up the mess up that we did originally in the FA Cup. And in fact, it was worse than the FA Cup. We got smacked. It was shameless to watch. I mean, you had Matoma looking like a prime
Dennis Bergkamp.
Yes, thank you. Dennis Bergkamp, the way he controlled the ball on the first goal and then shifted to the right side and then put it in the corner. I mean, I couldn't believe what I was watching. It was actually very, very, very annoying to watch. It's like the team just, I don't know what's going on. I'm at a loss for words. Yeah, it's puzzling and it's frustrating to watch. Very frustrating to watch. I'm not even really going to talk about the game, to be honest, because I'm just fed up with the nonsense. We are in a complete out of whack form right now, and something needs to happen. Straight up. Boys need to saddle up and come together and realize we're about to throw our season away with these past couple performances. So step up to the plate. Straight up and fix up this nonsense that we're watching.
Do you want to point someone specific out that you usually praise, or
the entire team
played
like trash, including Cole Palmer? That's what you guys want to hear me talk about, right?
Yeah, I want to hear you. I want to hear you sing it.
I just want you to finish. That's
no
all.
problem. Cole Palmer he didn't have a good game whatsoever. I mean, as we discussed earlier, literally, we all know Cole Palmer's best player on our team. Teams are now literally, he's number one on scouting report. Everybody's just finding ways just to take Cole Palmer out the game. Understandable. You are a top quality player in the Premier League. You would expect teams to do that. Now it's up to Cole himself to understand what's being happened to him, understand that he's getting marked out the game. Now you need to use your creativity and find ways to still make impact. We all know when Hazard was on our team, everybody in the damn all of Europe knew Hazard's like our gunman. He's the number one player. People were trying to take him out the game. Hazard still found ways to get it done. That's all I ask, Cole. You understand people are coming after you. Find ways to get yourself open and make plays and be effective for the team. Right now, bro, I don't even know. And I'm trying to obviously keep my composure on speaking because I can feel the rage starting to build up again.
I want to see the rage.
Listen, I'm trying to. I hate to laugh, but I'm now.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you don't at all.
The thing is, before I used to tell Francis, enjoy, because his time, your club's time will come. And Francis, we are here now. You guys laughed at me at the beginning of the season about the cliff, right? Max Kellerman, the cliff, it keeps going.
They're not on a cliff.
No, but what I was trying to say at the beginning of the season, it's happening. It's a young team. They're going to have a bad stretch. And we're here now. It's okay. They'll bounce back. They have a lot of players. They have a lot of talent. They'll figure it out.
That's the issue.
It's a
talent. We have a boatload of talent. We have no damn experience in this team. We don't have nobody above the age of 26, 25 on this team. That's my issue. We continuously buy a bunch of freaking 16 and 17-year-olds. Literally, these owners don't give a flying F about winning. They just want to make bread. And that's where a lot of us Chelsea fans are having problems with them. You scumbags, get out of our club. We don't care about you people making money. You guys are businessmen. Quite all right. Fine. Take that somewhere else. We care about winning. You know what Chelsea Football Club is? We care about winning. We are a winning organization. We don't tolerate this rubbish you guys are doing.
Don't worry. I heard that Todd watches the pod, so hopefully he'll take what you're saying into account and make some changes. But I do have a question for you, our Chelsea correspondent, Francis.
Go ahead.
So in this bad run of form, beginning of the season, or even last year, they used to call it Cole Palmer FC, right? That's what they used to call it, Cole FC.
Yes.
And then, other people used to say, as Cole goes, Chelsea goes.
Yes.
And Cole's had a very quiet few weeks. Would you say that that purple patch is done, or do you think he's been figured out? What do you think it is?
So, because of the type of quality he has, I'm not going to say the purple patch situation. I'm not going to lean into that. I definitely will agree more into the situation of teams figuring out how to properly defend against him to kind of take him out the game, which goes back to my statement about Cole needing to now understand what's being done to him and still finding ways to make things happen. And it's not just him, it's a team game. So that's collectively, everybody needs to chip in and take that next step up to bring us back to where we need to be. Everybody. It's not one person. It's the entire team.
Okay. Anything from you, Kenny?
Nope. I just wanted to see the rage. Thank you.
Oh man, yeah. Don't forget to call us after the next game, because I feel like we haven't heard from you in a few weeks.
We'll see.
We miss our friend.
Signal service is kind of bad up here. A lot of snow.
All good. We'll keep it rolling. So on Saturday, Arsenal versus Leicester at that 7:30 early morning kickoff. So going into the game, we recently got the news Kai Havertz done for the season. He's another one that tore his hamstring. They have a lot of hamstring issues. You know what's crazy? Reece Nelson tore his hamstring too. I feel like anybody related to Arsenal is getting their hamstring torn. I don't know what's going on right now, but scary times. But going into the game, I was nervous because we literally don't have attackers between Martinelli, Saka, Havertz, all being hurt. The only three attackers that we have left: Sterling, Trossard, Wanyeri. Overall, player for player, we're better than Leicester. So going into the game, I know that, but I think what my fear was, if we don't score, all it takes is for them to counter or catch us on a mistake or whatever the case may be, and then we could end up losing the game. So that's more so what my anxiety was, because we didn't have the attackers or a goal scorer or whatever, and then what could possibly happen from there. So in the first half, it was really bad. Everybody played bad in the first half. Had lots of possession, but we weren't doing anything with it. I think that was a really, really big issue. But at halftime, it looked like things were getting better. I feel like after halftime, Ethan started getting on the ball more, attacking dangerous places. He started creating more. Same thing with Odegaard. But one player I have to say was absolutely god-awful from first whistle till they left the field, Raheem Sterling. I don't know what it is. That man... And Kenny, you mentioned something that I think I have to take into account. He's been playing at the top of football standards since he was probably 17, 18 years old. And even though he just turned 30, you were mentioning something about him having a burnout or something that.
He's an old 30. It's not just like your regular 30-year-old. He's been playing first team football since his Liverpool days. And I think he came on 16 even. So yeah. 16, 17. So he's played a lot of football. And for City, he's going, they're going deep in tournaments. They're going deep in the Prem. So
every single year.
Yeah, he's not just a 30-year-old. All right. He should still be in his prime, kind of phasing out. He's played a lot of football.
Yeah. And so it's starting to show. And it's a big deal right now because we have to depend on him just because of everything that's going on. We don't have a choice. And it's frustrating because I thought him coming in would be an improvement on Reece Nelson because, Reece is, younger, has quality here and there, but I think he's more of a player that will perform in a mid-table team as opposed to what Sterling has been doing. If he comes off the bench, I was thinking he'd be able to affect and impact games, not being a starter or somebody that, we have to depend on to get results and stuff like that. But he's just been so poor. But I was just thankful that, we found a way to get a win with Mikel Merino coming on, I think at the 68th or 70th minute, something like that, scoring a brace. Never thought that would happen because we didn't have a striker. I think he was the only one that we kind of considered playing striker, but he's never played there before in his entire career. It's just kind of a, hey, we just need you to just see if you could do a job. And the first goal he scores a header, great header. We've already seen that he's able to do that ever since, the Euros. And then the second goal was an amazing finish. I actually was very surprised at how clinical and tidy the finish was. So now I think going into the future, it's kind of hard to decide who's going to, what our starting lineup is going to be in the attack. I personally am caught in between still starting Sterling and bringing Merino off the bench just because it's harder for us because if we start a game and things don't go well, we have nothing to come off the bench if we start with Merino up top, Trossard on the left, Wanyeri on the right. But if we start with Sterling, if he plays well, great. If he doesn't, we take him off, move Trossard to the left, and put Merino in up top. So I think it's more I want to know what we can do option wise in case things don't go our way. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
yeah,
I
I don't know.
guess. But
Yeah, I don't know because it's like we can't just depend on Sterling to come off the bench and make an impact. He has not been doing that. So, but yeah, we got the win. Just happy about that. So we move on to next week.
Francis, any thoughts on Raheem the I don't know what you
The
want to call
dream.
him.
Raheem Sterling. I mean, I'm not surprised by this whatsoever. Just enjoy him. Enjoy his time. You know, I mean, right? Are supposed to, rejuvenate his career, but it's okay. It happens. It's cool.
Right now, it's looking like he's in the sunken place. He's too Chelseafied to be de-Chelseafied.
Don't say that. I'm not hearing that.
But yeah, we beat the early morning kickoff allegations, so we move on to next week, man. Let's keep it rolling.
Yeah,
And shout
good
out to
result.
shout out to Ethan Wanieri and shout out to Miles Lewis Skelly, two young gems that are really, really Ethan especially. He looks like he could be a real talent doing what he's doing at 17 years old. He hit the crossbar and the post. The kids, and he got the assist. Yeah, he's nasty, man.
Yeah, reminds me of a guy named Mason Greenwood. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah, Maslow Skelly, he really saved you guys because that touch he did in the back post to prevent the tap in, because that would have been 1-0 to Leicester. And I think after that's when you guys
They
got
would
the
have just parked
first
the
goal.
bus. They would have parked the
Yeah,
bus, and it would have been a struggle.
but yeah, you guys, that's watching a game that I started watching from halftime. Obviously, going back and watch the highlights, but yeah, your youngsters stepped up, did what they had to do. Um, but we need more experienced folks to step up because against better opposition, you can't rely on those two guys to continue to bail you out. And then Marino obviously did what he had to do, but again, can't rely on him to score a brace moving forward. So good win, but you got to tidy up.
Yeah, just need people to come back from injury, honestly.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
Let's segue to the injury crisis.
Yeah, perfect segue. Manchester United versus Tottenham Hotspur. Talk to us, Kenny. Talk to us.
you know, there was one thing I had hope in this season, and that's one guy, Amad Diallo. And he was taken away from us. So there's literally nothing that I want to watch when it comes to Manchester United. All hope is lost. And that was the blow we were given. In addition, Mainu got hurt, Uarte was hurt, even Toby Collier, who started to kind of get some minutes, even he got hurt. So we started who we could. Casemiro, obviously, you guys already know my feelings towards him. He needs to go to Saudi, MLS, whatever. It's finished. But honestly, to give to get back to the actual game, I actually don't think we played bad. To be honest with you, for some of our other performances, we actually didn't play bad. I think that if we finished, especially after their goal, whatever it happens, it was off a rebound. Could Onana have pushed it out wide a little bit more? Maybe. But after that, they didn't really have any other like clear cut chances. And once they scored, we started playing better, and Garnacho should have equalized. Perfect opportunity to just curl it in the back of the net, and he just blasted it over. Then he had another opportunity in the second half, like two more opportunities in like the 55th minute. So looking at the game, it was one of those games where they would play well for like 5-10 minutes. We would play well for 5-10 minutes, vice versa, back and forth. And then towards the end, we were a little bit more open because we were throwing numbers up. But all in all, I don't think we played bad. We just have to finish. And we're a team that once we create chances, we have to finish because we don't create a lot. So I thought it was a game where we could have easily scored. We just didn't put the ball in the back of the net. Um, Another thing, take a look at our bench because of the injuries. We started, I believe, all but two players were all teenagers. So I would have liked Ruben to kind of put them in a little bit earlier, but I also understand the fact that we were down 1-0. You don't want to bring in youngsters and then kill their confidence. Obviously, they wouldn't be playing. But I just thought at this point in the season, who cares? Like, no one expects, anything from you guys to just get on the field and see what you can do. So I would have loved Cheeto Obi to go in a little bit earlier. Rasmus, I would look back at the game. I know I'm very critical of him. He also didn't play as badly as I initially thought. He just needs to do a better job of keeping the ball and making those runs. But looking back in the game, he did enough where I was like, okay, we could have been able to feed off of that a little bit more. But yeah, all in all, didn't really expect us to win after I heard the Diallo injury news. I know I predicted us to win this game, and it's still a game we could have won, but this is a season that, is going to have to be a wash. Now missing Lissandro and Ahmad and, some other people with some temporary injury issues. So it's going to be rough.
Yeah, it is not looking good in Manchester. Do you think that it was a good idea to let all of those players go out on loan, or do you think you guys would have been better off keeping a few of them? Because like I'm looking at guys like Anthony right now.
Stop it.
Hold
I need you to
on.
stop.
No, hold on,
I
Kenny.
need you to
Hold,
stop.
no, hold on.
That's a hindsight question, bro.
I know that his tenure at Man U has been bad. I get that. But the reason why I'm asking it is because you got a new coach. Don't you think it would have been better for him to stay a bit with Ruben to see what would happen? Or do you think no matter what, he always had to go?
He always had to go, and I'm so glad that he's playing well. But he had to go. I don't even think he fits anywhere in Ruben's system. He can't play.
Not even left wing back. You don't think he could have? Because I know you mentioned him. You think that would be a good position for him.
But he's not gonna be starting, and that's not where he wants to be. He wants to be a right winger. So
Gotcha.
yeah, he had to go. And no, like French just said, hindsight's 2020. But no, Rashford, what is he gonna do? It was written. I mean, he's not training hard. Ruben's been public about it. He had to go.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony, he had to go. So no, I don't think there's anyone that we let go. It's like, okay, they would have helped us out right now. No.
Gotcha. Okay. Anything else?
No.
All right, cool. So I guess now what we'll do is we'll transition in to preview what's to come next week. And it looks like man, you have that early kickoff 7:30 versus Everton. And it looks like they're rolling right now. New manager bounce.
Yeah, that's going to be a very rough game away at Goodison Park. To be honest with you, I will go 2-1 Everton. I don't see us. EJ, why are you surprised? I don't get it. Why are you surprised? They've been going crazy.
Listen.
Tied
Wait,
Liverpool just beat.
it's more so just when you predict your team to lose. That's more so what the reaction
Oh,
is.
hey, tied Liverpool just beat Crystal Palace, a team that just
At least a
smoked us.
tie. At least a
No,
tie. Only
no.
tie.
Beto's going crazy. So yeah, I'll go Everton 2-1. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's worse, to be honest with you.
I'm gonna go 1-1. Everton and United draw.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Find a way to at least get something out of it, especially after the loss to Tottenham.
I'm going 3-1 Everton.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, but the reason why I'm going 3-1 Everton, new manager bounce. It's at Goodison and early morning kickoff. It's not, yeah. They're on a roll right now. That game against Liverpool specifically, I watched that one and I was like, wow, they really got up for that game. And then they had a good result against Crystal Palace. They're on a good run right now. I think they'll keep it going. So yeah, 3-1. Who's next? Oh, Arsenal versus West Ham. This is it's at the Emirates. It's at the Emirates. 1-0 Arsenal.
2-0 Arsenal.
2-0 Arsenal.
Yeah, 2-0.
I'll go 1-1. Evan Ferguson scores, or Jared Bowen.
Okay, we'll see. I'm just hoping we get a set piece or something. We just do what we got to do, and because if we find a way, because the thing about Arsenal, if we could find a way to score early, then my anxiety will go down. Because when we score early against those teams who just sit back and defend, they have to come out and they're not as good, so we'll be able to punish them on the back end. So that's literally what I'm hoping for. But with it being us and what we do, 1-0 is what my guess is going to be. So, okay. Last but not least, Chelsea versus Aston Villa at Villa Park. At Villa Park.
Yeah. I will never predict my team to lose unless it's dire. We're getting there, though. I'm still going to go 2-2. Because right now, we are playing like trash. So I'm going to go 2-2.
You guys are going to lose this game. I am going to go 2-1. Marcus Rashford is going to score.
So Villa have a midweek game against Liverpool.
Ooh, they do.
That's going to be Wednesday. And then they're going to go again and play on Saturday against Saturday against Chelsea.
Yeah. That's not fair.
So, if you want me to be honest, I think what's going to end up happening is probably going to be a 2-2 draw, maybe a 1-1 draw. I'm not sure. It's gonna be a draw because I think Villa are a hard team to play against when you're playing at Villa Park, and then on top of that, they have to play midweek. You guys have a full week of rest, and they're not in the best run right now. Like, they just dropped points to Ipswich when they were man up for the majority of the game. They beat Tottenham, but that was in the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup, and then they lost to Wolves. So they're not in a good run of form right now. So I personally think that you guys will bounce back, but not all the way back against Villa. So we'll see how it goes.
We will. Unfortunately, we will.
Yeah. All right. Anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, guess this wraps up another week of of the Banter 3 FC podcast. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Once again, you can find us on all social media platforms at Banter 3 FC. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share all of our content. Give us a follow. Appreciate the love and support. Y'all be safe.
Peace.